You take my breath away. You really, really do. Okay, so I know you guys are wondering, like, who am I sitting next to, right? So, Doctor, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers? And then I'm going to tell you why she took my breath away.
Travels and the work that I've been doing over the years, over almost 5 decades, and what that brought me to, understanding the power and the importance of our children knowing the cultures from which they came. I found out in working with young people, in particular of color in this country, that hadn't been taught about their cultural backgrounds or the history of the civilizations that they came from, and how that directly related to their self-esteem issues and not really feeling empowered in the classroom. And on top of that, the teachers that teach our young people usually are not conversant with the histories of the students in their classrooms. So I've incorporated that in my journey of traveling around the world and living in different cultures, not as a tourist, but living there as a student or a teacher, but living to learn the culture and try to be integrated in the cultures that I lived in. So that's kind of my story. I'm here now. I'm retired as a full-time professorship at the university, and but I still continue as an adjunct, and I do storytelling workshops and speaking engagements to help empower young people, in particular young girls, and and to just let them know to reach for the stars.
That's awesome. If you can look into our cameras and give 3 tips to a young aspiring artist, what would you say to that person right now?
The first thing I would say is to never give up on your dreams. My father used to tell me when I was a little girl, he used to call me Cookie. And he used to say, reach for the stars, Cookie, Cookie, because if you fall just a little below that, you'll still be very, very high into the heavens. And although they didn't always agree with my dreams and aspirations, I took that to heart. So that's the one thing that I did do in my life. No matter how hard or difficult it was, I just pushed through it and kept my eye on the prize and found a way to realize my dreams and aspirations with hopefully integrity, hoping that the great spirit, our creator, will be pleased with me in the final end. And so also the fact that I come from different cultural backgrounds also informed me in that richness of understanding my cultures and understanding why I ticked. What was in the DNA that made me gravitate to this or gravitate to that? And those pieces liberated me immensely. Living in Africa, living in Mexico, those also informed me and took me on other journeys that led me to different directions to make other connections. So the importance of culture is very, very important to us as individuals, and that's a piece that somehow we've gotten away from in this country. So we have a lot of children that they're not appreciating who they are as a result, or each other.
That's good because what I hear you saying too is to stay educated, learn who you are, and reach high. Reach high. Dream big. Yeah, dream for the impossible. You are amazing. I thank you so much for giving AFTV 5 this interview. Thank you so much for never quitting.
You cannot quit. You cannot give up on yourself or your people or your family, your community. That's the essence of who we are, and we are the reflection of each other, and we're all relations. And the Creator intended for us to, love one another, appreciate one another. Not that you have to be like me or I have to be like you, but I respect you and you respect me, and that we learn from one another. Those are the things that I think we're put here on this earth to be. Because I think that if the Creator wanted us all to be the same, that would have been an easy thing.
Oh my gosh.
For the Creator to do.
This earth
But
would be
how
boring.
Exactly.
That is good. Thank you. I so appreciate you again, Doctor. And I know that you have to be going, but I appreciate this interview and this time with you. And thank you for touching lives today. I watched as people receive their certificates, just the smiles on their faces. So thank you for all you do. Thank you. This is Dalonika McDonald with AFTV 5.